And now we're going to talk about the chairs. These two chairs in front of you today are what we call our transfer chairs. This chair is the SB1 or Showerbuddy, and it will get your client over the lip and into a shower. This chair is called an SB2T or our Tub Buddy Tilt, and this will get your client over the bathtub ready for a shower. With that said, I'm going to move this chair out and start on our SB1. Whenever you go to do a trial, always allow yourself about an hour, and you'll see why when I show you what you may need to adjust to get your chair into the shower. So we're going to go through the SB1 or the Showerbuddy now, and I'll show you how you can get that, or get your client rather, into the shower. Now I know this is an SB1 because on the side here it tells me what model it is. All the chairs are marked with that. When we go through the breakdown of the chair, all the chairs that I'll show you today come with a commode pan. The commode pans have lids which just anchor off. Whenever you're popping the commode pan in, always make sure you take the lid off first, and I always just try to compare it with it. When you go to the toilet, you don't go with the lid down. Okay, so you must have that off. And there's guides there, so you will just slide the pan in through the back side of the chair. And then when you're ready to empty the content, as I've done there, you can put the lid on and then take it and empty the content for your client. I'll just pop this guy over here and then we'll go through the chair. So the chair comes with three major components. Firstly, we've got the bridge, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail in a moment with you. Then we have what we call the shower base. And again, I'll talk about that one in a sec. So the star of the show today is the chair. If I break down the product for you, firstly, the frame is hardened aluminium. The hardware is stainless steel. The frame has a lifetime warranty, and the components are 12 months. The arms on the chair, if I just turn that around, this has a lock on it, and that slides across and locks your arm in. If I take the lock off, I can then, if I wanted to transfer the client, just flip the arms back, and that will happen on either side, like so. Once you lock that back into place, just make sure you bring the sleeve across to lock it back into place. You can also remove the arms rather. If I turn that back around, this big orange knob here, you'll just unscrew that, tilt that down, release pin, and the arm slides off. And you may need that with your client depending on their bathroom or their toilet and what room you've got available. Bath Check's going to tell you that once you put your measurements in. The chair itself also comes with a lap belt and a chest belt. The seat here is polyurethane, and you can see I've easily lifted that off, and we've just got the lugs here that fit into the four recesses of the chair, so that makes for easy cleaning. You can remove that and take that out and hose the chair down. At the front of the chair you'll see a badge, and this badge here, which is now being placed just under the seat if you get your chairs come through and you can't see that, and it has your safe working load. So the safe working load for this chair is 250 kg, and it also has the serial number of the chair on there. The chair has two areas where you can adjust it. The first one is here, just under the seat, and you just, anything orange is removable. So this clip here, you would just twist and pull off. And the adjustment here is for your client's height. So depending on how high they are, as to how high you want to lift the chair up. There's about another 100 mil adjustment that's dropping down into this sleeve for you. The second adjustment is for getting over the lip of a shower, and that is raising the height of the chair from down here. So this has 3 increments in that. You just take the clip off, lift the chair up and pop it into whichever one is serviceable to getting the chair over the lip of the shower. The chair also has 2 braking mechanisms, and if I bring the chair back around this way, the first one I'm going to show you is this lever here. Once you lift that up and it passes that plate, you can just drop it again and that will release the chair on the rolling base. But the chair's not going any further because there's a secondary brake system here behind this caster. And what that needs to release that is the tongue of the bridge. Okay, so once that, I'll just pop that there. Once that tongue goes in, it depresses that brake and it allows the chair then to roll on those guides. So like I said, 2 braking mechanisms and 2 adjustments on the chair. When I bring it back to the front, we'll have a look at the footrest. This footrest on this particular chair just flips up and down. And no, it doesn't come in a longer format because of the reason of when we're trying to get it into the shower cubicle, you're stuck for room. And so therefore, if we have it longer, it's going to probably impede and hit the doorway or get in the way of the wall. The casters are 125 mil, and also they're all lockable. All right, and with that, I just kicked it down like so, and that's locked that caster on and taken it off there. That's all about the chair. Like I said, the safe working load, 250 kgs, and the serial numbers on the front for you if you need to talk about the chair later on. Now the bridge. The bridge, this is standard 400 millimeters, and as you can see, it's got clips here which attaches it to the shower base, and the clips here, once the tongues go in, attach it to the chair, and that locks it all in place and connects the other 2 components together. Then we have the shower base. Now the shower base, as you can see there, rotates 360 degrees. Along with the shower base, you get the legs. Now the legs come in 2 sizes. This size here is 100 mil, and then you get a 63 mil size. And the reason why you get the 2 different sizes is because not all shower recesses are the same, and sometimes they're deeper, and so you would need or shallower, and Bath Check's going to tell you that. Bath Check's going to tell you what size foot to put in once you put the depth of the shower base in. Okay, so I'll just pop those back in, and what we've done today is I've set this shower base up with 2 rubber stoppers and 2 suction feet. Now, when you get the kit, you actually get 4 rubber stoppers. So if you wanted to put 4 rubber stoppers in, that's fine. Or if you want to have 4 suction feet. But just bear in mind, if you use the 4 suction cups, it is quite a strong hold and it is a bit tricky to release that. There's little lugs here and you need to grab and twist and pull up at the same time to break the suction. And then when you're trying to do that 4 times, sometimes the other 2 have gone back down. So just be mindful of that, taking into consideration the client that you're dealing with. Particularly if they're of the older generation, then they may struggle with something like that. And once I connect it, I'll show you another secure way to make sure that there is no movement on this. So that's your shower base. One other thing, which a bit remiss of me to say about the chair, just to take you back, is that the chairs will go over most toilets, so you can roll that straight over a toilet if the client didn't want to use the pan or the commode pan. All right, so we've got our client transferred onto the chair and now we're about to transfer them. So from here, what you would have is the shower base set up already. Like I said, allow yourself about an hour when you're pre-doing it. In there, make sure the suction's down and adhered nice and tight there. And then from there, we're going to connect the bridge. And like I said, there's a long tongue which goes into the chair, and that's because the braking system's behind that caster, so it needs to reach back a little bit more. And the short tongue goes into the shower base. So we just slide that into the guides there, pull the clips on, and then we're just going to bring the client over in the chair and connect that through. So I've locked that on, and now I want to move the client through the guides. To do that, we need to release this lever across here. Now you'll notice that I can swing the chair across because it's connected onto that turntable. And this will come in handy if you've got that door panel of the shower that you may need to just get an angle because maybe there's some cabinetry or a wall, and so we can just angle that across, and then I can reach this lever to release the chair to go across. So if I come around through here, lever here, release that off, and now I can slide the chair through. And like I said, it's allowing, because of the tongue system in here, it's allowing that brake to come off, and we can just slide the client through, like so. I'll just show you another way that you can transfer them through. So you've lifted this, you just lift the lever and release. If the client is weight bearing and they're okay through the knees, you can push through the knees and then push the client along through that way if you want, walking along the side until they've locked in. So you heard that audible lock. Now the client's locked into place. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the bridge and the rolling base away, like so, and then we can access that client in terms of being able to turn them around in the shower because of that turntable. If there's showers on that wall or maybe possibly on the back, we can turn them around to face the shower there or there, and it'll go 360 all the way around. So the client's been showered and now they're ready to come back out, and we will connect that bridge. Just before I connect it, I just want to show you another component that you can get with, oh sorry, not can get, it comes in the box when you purchase the Showerbuddy. These are called support legs. These guys can go onto the bridge, like so, and then they lock into place. And you can put them anywhere along there once you've done your measurements and your sizes on that. Once they go into place, what you can do is, once that's connected there, you can have these butted right up to the front of the shower base. And then that way, when you're transferring your client, as I spoke of before, none of that is going to slide back anymore because this is holding it into place. The worst case scenario is if it slid, that's all that's happening because your client's very safe in that chair as it is. Like I spoke of before, it needs this tongue here on the bridge to depress this brake. As that chair is now, it's not coming off the shower base because of that braking mechanism on there. All right, so like I said, support legs can come with the unit when you order that. The downfall of putting these on is that locks that into place and then you have no movement here. All right, so it's a variable that you have to look at depending on the style and of bathroom that you're going into face. So the client's now ready to come out of the shower, as I spoke of before. We've got to get to that lever. So I'll come around to here, reach in, grab that lever, and then I'll bring the chair out. That's now locked into place. You heard that audible lock. Take the clips off, and then your client's ready to go for their daily activities. That's it for the chair in itself. Okay, so you get the chair, the bridge, the shower base, the smaller legs if you need them, the rubber stoppers and the suction cups. When you're doing bath check, what might happen is that it might say that today we've got a 900 by 900 shower, so it's wonderful to put the chair in and turn it around. But we all know that shower recesses are different. So what bath check might say, once you put measurements in, or possibly there's a handrail in there, if you're dealing with a 780 by 780 shower recess, the chair won't turn because you don't have enough room. And bath check will tell you that the existing handle in there needs to come out and you need a straight push handle, which is an accessory. Okay, so you would purchase this and then the accessory. And I'm just going to bring that in and show you what a straight push handle looks like. So that's your straight push handle and that's your existing handle. And you can see there that that tilt, because of the ergonomics of it, is about 75 mil that you're taking up. So this unit just slides into the receivers like so, and now you've got that straight presentation on the back there. The other thing that bath check may tell you is that the footprint of the chair, the bridge and the shower base is longer than, the footprint in front is compromised by maybe cabinetry or a wall. And so once you put that measurement in, it will say the bridge is too big, so you'll need to swap that out for a smaller bridge. And it gives you the code and everything to replace it. So I just want to show you, this is the existing bridge, 400. I'll take these support legs off. And this now is a 200 mil bridge. And you can see the comparison there of how short that is. We also have a 300 mil bridge. Bath check's going to tell you which one will suffice to enable you to get the chair in. So there's a couple of accessories that will help you out in terms of modifying the chair to get it into that space. Another accessory that you may need, and again bath check's going to tell you, is that, like I said, we supply the 100 and the 63 mil legs, and I'm just going to take one off so that I can show you the comparison. So this here is your 100 mil. Then we have what we call an SBR 150, so shower base riser 150 mil, or then we have a 200. And you might say, what do we need these for? Once you put the measurement of the depth of the shower in, if it's too deep, these won't cut it. You won't be able to make the connection. So that's when bath check's going to tell you, oh, swap it out for an SBR 150 or swap it out for a 200. Now this SBR 200 is more talking about, you know, when we get into the bathtub type shower bases. So also, not only do you have the legs of the inside, what you may need these guys for, just sit there, no, it's going to roll. What else you may need them for is that when you do the measurement on the outside of the shower base, it may be too high for this, the adjustment that this will give you. So this will get you over 200 milliliter, but anything above that, so we may have a tiled front step up into a shower, Bath Check's going to say you need to swap out your height riser for an SBR 150 or a 200. Now to do that, you will need to take the caster off. The height adjustment tube is Loctite to the caster. So you will need to either break that, but then you've compromised if you've got a demo chair, or the other alternative is you buy 4 casters and a pack of these SBR 150 risers. You'll attach that to the caster, use removable Loctite, and then you can pop that in and you'll find that the chair will raise up high enough to get across into the shower. All right, so that's your risers. Again, that's what Bath Check's going to tell you that you may need. Now we just move into a couple of accessories these are more what we call comfort accessories. So Bath Check's not going to tell you about this. If your client happens to say, look, the seat's a little bit firm and my bottom's getting a little bit too thin for that in terms of body fat as your client gets older. So what we've designed is a soft seat finish. And like I said, that's just a comfort accessory that we have. This one here I'm showing you today is a closed seat, but we also have the open seat if you want. So that's your polyurethane seat finish, and now this is your foam finish. Okay, and again, it just has your 4 lugs. You take that one off and you pop that one into place. With your clients, this setup's fine. However, if you come across a client who has a colostomy bag, then they're not interested in this setup here. What we have for them is an overlay. There's 2 reasons you can use this. One is for, as I just pointed out, and that's just got the imprint there of the circumference. So you line that up and just push that down and that fits into there. And now we've got a nice closed seat for them to sit down on. Another use for the seat is that if your client's weight bearing, they can stand, dry their bottom, then you can pop this overlay on, and now they can sit down onto a dry finished surface. Okay, so just a couple of applications there for this seat overlay. When I showed you the straight push handle, this here is another accessory. So there's 2 accessories here, the straight push handle and what we call a tension backrest. And you'll see on the back there, it's got 3 tabs there that you can pull that tight. Because sometimes when the clients, if they've not got enough strength in their back for their posture, and this is a bit giving, and they're slouching, then you can swap this back out for this tension backrest. Okay, and it just comes basically like that in a bag, and then you'll undo it, and you've got the 3 straps there that just come around to the back and then lock into place, and then you'll pull the tie. Another application for this guy is that if your client, as I spoke of, has issues with trying to hold their posture and they're falling through this area here, then you can also use that to fill that area. Okay, just as an addition to this backrest that's already on there. All right, so that's your backrest. Your straight push handle, which you'll find Bath Check's going to talk to you about. And I think that's all the accessories. Oh, there's one more that we've got. This here is our orange discs. Now this is for the bathroom, or sorry, the shower base that doesn't have a nice finished surface like the one I've got, for your suction cups. If you've got the stippled finish or the little mosaic tiles, then your suction cup isn't going to adhere because your air is going to get through. This is where you can get some clear silicone. Once you set up and you've got your measurements right, get a pencil, mark that around, clear silicone, pop that down in your shower. That will suction onto that now. Okay, whereas on a mosaic tile, the air is going to get through and it'll break the suction quite easily. Okay, so just another accessory that we have to help you out. So that was an introduction there to your Showerbuddy or your SB1. And now I'm going to bring in the SB2T or the TubBuddy tilt for you. Okay, so maybe in bath check you have chosen that your client needs to go over a bathtub. And this is where you will look at the 2 series. The one that I have in front of you today, as I spoke of before, is the SB2T, which means it tilts, TubBuddy tilt. Anything in Showerbuddy language that has a T in it means that it does tilt that chair. All right, so the chair itself is very similar to the SB1 to a degree. It has a bridge. Again, I'll chat about that one in a little minute. And then you also have the tub base. And it connects to the rolling base, but that's as far as it goes. In terms of the height is different, your guides are straight under the seat here, whereas on the chair, it was the SB1, the guides were much lower. So the components aren't interchangeable. If I just go through this chair with you in some of the product features, you have a lever here at the back, and this lever is what I'm going to tilt the chair with. So I'm just going to lock the brakes on, and the chair has a 30-degree tilt, so that sits there. Now with that lever, you can let that go at any stage and the chair will stop, okay? Because of the tilt factor in the chair, you receive the neck rest. The neck rest adjusts up and down or forward and back. Then if we go down the chair, similar to the SB1, if I turn that around, you get your lap belt, your chest belt. The arms can, again, unlock and you can transfer left and right because they will tilt back like so, or you can unlock them with that bolt. Now, when we come down to the footrest, you'll notice that they are different because they can swing away and you've got foot plates there that you can pull up out of the way, or you can take that away for your client if you need to. One of our Showerbuddy requests is that you never transfer on the foot plates, and it is also marked on the side of the foot plates as well. Please don't transfer for fear of flipping the chair over. You get a splash guard in that, and again the commode pan that goes underneath. The casters 125mm and they're all lockable. The chair itself is adjustable in height, and again it's these clips here, and you'll be able to extend the chair or raise that up. The chair height is determined by the bathtub height, not by your client. Okay, so you must have this so that these guides are over the lip on your bathtub. Okay, so sometimes if their bathtub's up very high, then the chair's high, and then you have to look at how you're going to get your client into the chair itself. You get a splash guard. The footrests are, you can remove them, swing them away, or flip them up so that you can get your client onto the chair. So they're a little bit different to the other version that you saw before. The chair can also adjust in height, and that is determined by the height of your bathtub. Okay, so you need to go in and check the height of your bathtub first so that these guides go over that lip. And that's just, these clips come out here and the bars rise up. Again, you've got 125mm casters and they're all lockable. And when I turn the chair right around there, and you can see that this now can roll quite easily over a toilet if they prefer to be toileted that way. So we've got this ready, and then I'll pop the chair over there. We can bring through what I've said before was the tub base. Now the tub base goes obviously into the bathtub, and it is adjustable through these clips here that adjust your height up and down, and then also what we say as your micro adjusting, because once you get that in, because of the bathtub base, you might have a lower or deeper end, and that's when you'll just adjust the feet on the tub base. We also have support legs, support bars. And what happens is once the tub base goes into the bathtub, you pull these out and they'll go against the wall of the bathtub, and then that will stop any sliding from left and right on your base. And now I've just got to put this back in the same place. All right, so that's your tub base, and again it's got your braking mechanisms on here, and you also have levers right here, which we'll bring that in and show you. Those levers are to release the chair once the chair's on here, to bring them back out, and that's what I'm going to use when we move the chair across. I just need to go back to this chair and I'll take the footrest off to show you. These are the release levers on here, which is your braking mechanism to release the chair off the rolling base so that it slides across. Again, we need the bridge to connect, which is this little chap here. This bridge is 300 mils, and Bath Check will tell you, because again maybe you've got cabinetry in the way, that you can move down to the 200 mil bridge that we've got as an accessory. Okay, so once you've got this lined up with your chair, you'll connect the bridge. Like so. Then you'll get your client into the chair. So I'm just going to take it and grab my client here. I've got my client in the chair, they've been toileted, and so I'm going to bring that up, connect the chair off to the bridge, and then there's a process that we're going to go through. One is that we're going to lock the casters that are facing yourself or myself. Then we're going to let Miss Molly know that we're going to tilt her back. Okay, so Miss Molly, we're going to tilt you back. Once we're doing that, we'll get your feet shoulder width apart and just tension your tummy, lever, and then we're just going to make sure you're, if you've done a transfer, that your arm's locked into place. We're going to tilt the chair. So what we're doing when we're tilting is we're watching for when this foot plate is above the lip of the bathtub, and that will determine the angle of the tilt that we need. So I just need to go a little bit more. There we go, Miss Molly, we're over that lip, and so now she's ready to be transferred across. From here, I need the lever here that I showed you before to release the chair off the rolling base. So that's past that first brake mechanism, and now she's going to slide across into the bathtub. Okay, the chair isn't going any further because there's another braking block or mechanism on the end. And again, you would need the tongues of the bridge to depress that. All right, so now she's locked into place, and we want to get closer to her. So I'm going to take the brakes off. I'm going to release the bridge, and then I'm just going to take the rolling base with the bridge away. Your client's now in the shower, or sorry, the bathtub. From here on this angle, if you wanted, you can wash their hair. If they're able-bodied and they want to wash themselves, from here we can then sit them upright by just releasing the tilt on that. And now the client can be left to wash themselves if they can, and can draw the curtain and walk away until they call out to be transferred back out. So now we've got to reverse the process. We've got to tilt them first. So we're going to tilt you back, Miss Molly. Again, the lever, brace yourself, and we're going to tilt the chair so that the footrests are over that lip. From there, we're just going to bring the rolling base and the bridge back again. Lock that into place. Lock your brakes on. Now this time I want the lever on the bathtub side. That's this one here. Once it passes that brake block, you can let go, and then you can literally bring them across. And as you do trials, you'll see that it is very easy, and 1 and 2 fingers can bring a client out quite easily. And then they do feel quite safe and secure, but you must remember to tell them that you're going to tilt them back, just to stop that flailing effect. And as you know, that when you're falling back, or sorry, being tilted back, you might feel that you're going to fall. Okay, so just make sure you do that. So from here, we'll just pop them upright, take the brakes off, release the bridge, and now they're ready to go off for their daily activities. All right, so that's the chair as it is, the basic format. Now, when you're doing bath check, it may tell you that you might need to swap out the existing rails in the chair or the tub base, because maybe the bathtub is too high or too deep. And I'm just going to bring the rails in to show you. You wouldn't use these together, they would be one or the other. So if from the floor to the top of the bathtub, you've raised this as high as you can, the chair, and you've extended it, exhausted it all the way out, and you can't get any more, then you will need these rails. And as I said, Bath Check's going to tell you, these are called RBE, Rolling Base Extension 24s, so they'll give you an extra 100 mil on your height of your chair. And similarly, if the bathtub is deeper and you've extended your tub base as high as you can, you may need to get an extra height, or 100 mil height, by swapping these guys into the existing, these tubes come out. And that, again, will give you an extra 100 mil. So that, like I said, you're not going to use both at the same time, it's either one or the other. All right, so that's your tub base extensions. And as I spoke of earlier, the soft seats are interchangeable into here, the straight push handle, and your paediatric conversion kit, which I'm going to bring in with the next chair for you. That completes the transfer range. What I'm going to do now is introduce you to the roll-in range. The first chair I'm going to bring in is the 3T, or the roll-in buddy, and that's this chair here. Now I've left the 2T here so that you can see the comparisons. When the chair is set up normally, it is finished like that, because today what I've done is I've put on it a petite conversion kit. So you just need to use your imagination. This is not normally on the chair. The chair is finished similar to the 2T in terms of the armrests sit out here, you get the polyurethane seat, the back and your neck rest. So that is how it normally finishes. However, like I said, For this training session, we've already introduced the petite conversion kit, which I'm going to go through with you now on. So I'll just move this out of the way. The 3T, when it's in its standard formation, you have, because it has a T in it, means tilt, you have the tilt action, so we can still do that on the chair. The frame is hardened aluminium, weight capacity is 250 kg, you've got your 125mm casters, and they're all lockable. The chair's great for facility because it's the last of our robust chairs, and it can also roll straight in over toilets if you want. And as I said, what we've done today is we've put the petite conversion kit on it, and this is the P1. We've got two sizes, and the P1 we generally recommend for a 5 to a 10-year-old, and then the P2 goes into your smaller client or your teenager. It's great for if you are looking at the younger end client, starting off with that and then moving it back into the adult version. So they've got that chair for the whole of their life. So if I just go over the features now of the petite conversion P1, you start off with, you get the back. The back just slots in to the receivers, and if I spin it around here, you can see it's got 3 adjustment points, which each one's 20mm, and so you've got 60mm of movement bringing the seat forward, so you're now shortening the depth of the seat. You can do that top and the bottom. You can also have it as a tilt or a recline if you wanted on the back. The seat has a smaller aperture, and also the arms, you'll notice, are much more withdrawn in, and that measurement across here now is 300mm, whereas before with the arms where they sat normally is 475 breadth. When you put a P2 on, the arm breadth then becomes 415. These arms are available independently as well if you want those. As per the other chairs, you just lock your arm in and then you can lift that up to transfer across if you need to. And once that's locked back in, then we move across to, you just get, it's quite a simple head and neck rest because this kit is also compatible with your SB1 or the Showerbuddy, the 2 series, and of course, as I said, the roll-in buddy. And so on the 1 and the SB2 tub buddy, they don't have neck rests. So this simple format can just slot anywhere into those holes, and of course, if you get it down to there, it then becomes a lumbar rest for them. Quite easy and simple design there. Also in the kit, what you get is the smaller footrests. This is just your petite one, and I've just got over here the standard one, and I'll just put those there so that you can see the comparison. Now, if you just wanted individually to order the petite footrest, you can as well. And then as an accessory, if you get that kit, and particularly with the older clients who say that as they get older, their bottoms get a bit more tender, you can move across. We've got now the soft seat, and I'm just going to bring that through for you. This is available individually. It doesn't come in the kit, and it's just your soft foam. So this gives you a good idea of the smaller aperture. That's your standard seat, and then that's your petite conversion kit seat aperture there. And then when I turn that to the side, you can see that it's still got that depth in the padding there. So that's your 3T. So in summary, again, standard, it's 250 kgs, 125mm casters. can roll over most toilets, and you can tilt it because it's got the letter T on the end of the name. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the 6 series and introduce you to those chairs. So from the SB6C, or the Rolling Buddy Light, we developed a solo chair, self-propelled, and that's this chair that's in front of you here. It basically is the same frame. They've taken the rear casters off and they've added the 24-inch wheels to the chair. I'll just push that out of the way a bit there, turn that around. You can see we've got dual anti-tippers on the back. Again, the chest belt that you can remove and put down as a lap belt if you wish. If you want both, then you'll just have to purchase an extra belt. Soft seat and flip up, flip away, take away footrest. If you're just wondering, what the bracketry is on that, it's the dual brake system that you see on the 6W. 6W being for the wheel. If you had a motor neuron disease client and initially they wanted to be self-sufficient and independent, then you subscribe this chair. As they deteriorate and then are unable to push themselves, you can then purchase a set of rear casters. The anti-tipper comes off, the wheel comes off, the caster comes on, and that chair now becomes this chair. So that's the beauty of this series here. It's interchangeable. Just another an accessory that we've got is just the padded backrest here. If you didn't want this, because over time some clients have said that they feel that they're slouching, then this can lock onto the back of the push handle. It's also very good if you've got the chairs in higher pull and for hygiene reasons you didn't want this backrest, then you can purchase this one here. In summary on this chair, basically you've got your side transfer arms, flip up if you need to, 24-inch wheels on that, dual anti-tippers at the back and dual braking system. The frame, hardened aluminium, and the weight capacity is 136 kg on these 2 chairs. Now what I'm going to do is bring in the bariatric and just show you that one. And now we've got our bariatric chair. This is the XXL SB6C-26, and the 26 means 26 inches in the width of the seat. Converted, that's about 65 centimetres. The weight capacity on this chair is 200 kg. Again, like all our chairs, you'll get the commode pan with it, the serial numbers on the badge. The badge is actually on the inside of this crossbar. You get your footrests that you can swing away and take away. And it's a very robust chair, and you can transfer left and right in the chair if you want to. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in our travel chair. Okay, the final chair for the day is our Eco Traveller, or SB7E. I deliberately haven't set it up so that you can see how easy it is to put together. I've just got the componentry down beside me and I've taken it all out of the travel bag here. The travel bag is an accessory. So it comes in like let's say a Z formation in the frame, and so when you're packing it up, if you just pull one side to the front and the other side around to the back, then you'll find that that's much easier. I just use my knee to push and bring that around. So now we've made this U shape. We're going to bring the centre bar through the middle here, and then just push pins and slide it into your slots there, and you'll hear that lock into place. You have 400mm casters and they're all lockable. From there, what we've got is a commode pan that comes with a lid. Now with the commode pan, you can slide that through the back, or if you haven't set it up, just drop it in like so. You've got a nice soft padded seat there, and that just clips into place, like so. With it you get a pair of your footrests there, as well as a calf strap, and they just slot into the guides out the front there. And also the legs are adjustable as well. You've got 3 adjustment points there on the side. And from that, the last thing is that the backrest just pops in like so. And now the chair's ready for your client. A chair's great for your older travellers because they can pack that up, put it in the bag. If they've got caravans and they're off away, it's quite easy to bring it out, and it'll go into your shower recesses and roll over toilets for them. So that's your SB7E, a very economical chair and very well priced. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you've learnt a lot about Showerbuddy. If you need any more information, please reach out to us at Showerbuddy and we can help you. If you love what you've seen today, please tell your colleagues and let them know all about our range, which included the rolling range, the travel range and the transfer range. Thank you very much.